connecting right now.
Okay.
That wheel's just turning right now.
That's not good.
Come on in.
Do you, is it on our end or your end?
It should be. It looks like it's on my end. Oh.
Oh. Lord, that's technical stuff.
All right. Looks like we're in good shape and we are live.
All right. Ready when you are. Hello, all. Mic
What's
check
going
1
on?
2 1 2.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned into the new and fresh episode of What Would It Take? And without further ado, I'm introducing you and presenting to others to our host for today, the beautiful, lovely, and intelligent Miss Hummer Logan.
Hello. Woo, what would it take? We are broadcasting live from Houston, Texas. Hey! What y'all up to? I promise. That is like the title of today. It's What's Up?
What's up?
I am so happy to have y'all on today. We are coming from Houston, Texas. If I didn't say it again, I'll say it again. Houston, Texas, live. And we are on topic of what's up after the family gatherings. And I'd like to introduce my wonderful, lovely king of my castle, this wonderful man, Joseph Logan, is my co-host of today. 5 words, stand up. Yes. Hey.
Let's go.
We have been driving everywhere trying to figure out kind of like what part of the city we like, where we're going to. Right now it's downtown for us. Like right. Downtown is everything for us. Everything's in walking distance. We can get where we want to go, do what we want to do.
Yep.
We like, I like downtown.
Yeah.
What about you?
And almost everything we need is within walking distance.
Yeah. But we hit up the Galleria yesterday. Woo!
She hit up the Galleria yesterday.
I had a good time.
I've been there before, though. It is, it's right up her alley if you know her like I do.
I went shopping, y'all. I had a good time. I wanted to get my fashion vibes out there. I hear y'all got some fashion shows coming up in September. You got a fashion show coming up in December. Hit me up. I want to go. I want to be in the place. Me. So, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? It is after the family reunions. It's after the family gatherings. How y'all feel? What is going on? Did y'all encounter any like hiccups, bumps in the road, obstacles? And if you did, how'd you deal with them? How'd it feel? How'd it feel to try and navigate that moment with love? Oh, I'm gonna share with you mine. Look, I promise y'all, I don't share nothing with y'all that I ain't doing that myself. And it was interesting to say the least. And partly my husband was like, you know what? Let us say one more thing. I don't like nobody disrespecting my wife. I'm about to come unglued here in a minute. Look, I had to breathe through a few of them moments. I said, whew, okay, God.
And I was breathing through all of those moments. Let's be clear about this.
I'm telling you, like my mom sometimes, she loves to pit people against each other. And he was falling into it. He was falling into it. Northside don't play none of that.
Right.
Hey,
come on.
What you said. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, one thing I noticed for me not to respond or react to the normal stuff that tries to nitpick you while you at the barbecues and while you at the family reunions, breathe. Before you respond, take a deep breath, blow it out. If you got to do that 3 times, do it, then respond. Or not. Because then you may be like, you know what, it ain't even worth it.
Yeah, sometimes the best response is no response.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. No, keep going. Like
that was it. Period.
Like, and he's so true because like I was gonna have a whole conversation with my mom. Like, pull her to the side, be like, "Look, bro, let me talk to you. I'm a whole grown woman out here, and I know in our family, you are not grown until you're older than the oldest person." Well, the oldest person keeps waking up. They keep living. They're going to keep getting older. So you'll never be grown to them is what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
And, but the flip side to that is if I'm never grown to you, I'm always seeing to you as a child or come to you as a child's place. You'll never respect my womanhood. Mm-hmm. Like you won't respect the fact that I have children. I have a husband. I have a different mindset other than being a kid.
Yeah. One of the things and that's one of the things that as parents, and I've seen that with my parents as well, that while growing up, parents sometimes fail to realize because they always see us as little children. They never
let us grow
and then
up.
when we grow up, they don't realize that, hey, this person is an adult now, mm-hmm. which means that they have their own thoughts. They have their own opinions. Yeah. And sometimes our thoughts and opinions and our beliefs even sometimes differ with theirs. Mm-hmm. So how do you really almost, I guess, agree to disagree?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they want us to grow up. They want us to get up out their pockets, get up out the house, mm-hmm. make sure we standing on our own 2 feet. But when we have opposite...
go ahead. I'm about saying now that we're grown.
Right. When we have opposite opinions or, hold up, that's kind of not how I'm like, flowing in my household. Then now I'm a kid again.
Yeah, right.
You're right. Exactly. You ain't gonna be grown. Wait a minute. I need you to pick 1 or 2, right. Because either I'm gonna be grown and pay my own bills,
right,
or
I'll be the kid.
I will gladly stop adulting.
You can take care of everything
and go back to chores only. Right. You hear me? I will wash. Mm-hmm. I will do the dishes. Mm-hmm. I will do baseboards.
Yep. Come on.
So I don't have to adult any longer.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Perfectly fine with not adulting. This one right here.
If you want me to be an adult, allow me to be an adult and the fullness. Yeah. Everything that entiles to that.
Yeah. And so this weekend, these past couple of weeks was a little because we decided to vacation with my mom this summer. because, she was missing the kids. She was like, I want you to, if you do decide to go to Houston, I want you guys to come here before you go. And we get a chance to see each other. That was fine and dandy for like the first
maybe 2 weeks or so.
Man. And for those of you who have to go back home, how you doing? Like, COVID has rocked a lot of the U.S. And maybe you did have to go back home. Maybe you did have to revisit that and everybody pull in as a unit so that you can flow. You can survive. There's nothing wrong with going back.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with having to go back, especially with this hit. Y'all, it's going to take us as a unit to come together to make sure we're surviving. If you keep trying to do it alone, if you have to do it alone, I get it. But if you do not have to do it alone, swallow your pride and go back home. Go back home. There's plenty of opportunities, resources. Grab a hold of your resources if you're out there and you don't have a home to go back to, like your parents are no longer, here. They're your angels. Or going back home is not, and I repeat, a big NOT, not an option. Then make sure you're being up to date on your resources, what's available. They just updated the eviction ban, so they can't evict y'all right now. That's going good until October. Find out what resources you got to hold on to until October, and get a game plan. Get you a short-term, get you a long-term game plan.
Absolutely.
And there are plenty of resources that are out there. And don't be scared. Don't be scared. I know that going to a shelter is scary. I know it. I ran from it. I didn't want to do it. Ended up still homeless, but I didn't want to do it. Okay. And this small portion of our testimony. But there are so many resources there that can help. I should have did it, and I probably could have been a lot farther, but I didn't want to swallow my pride and go. And so I want you guys to, feel free to drop in them comments, stuff like that. We going deep in the first 12 minutes, but if that's where you are, look, resources, you get back up again.
Yeah.
COVID is not a fault of anybody's. Okay. It happens.
Yeah.
It happened. Find the resources, regroup, rebuild, get back up again. It's doable. Just pull on the inner strength that you have. If you got a little bit of a mustard seed left, hold on to that until it grows and sprouts roots and then sprouts a branch or two. You got this. But make sure you're checking with your mental health. There's plenty of telehealth out there. Medicaid covers telehealth. Get you therapists. Say, I'm on edge. This is what's going on. And then go from there. You got anything to add?
No,
$2 cents?
You're spot on. I mean, that's one of the things we talked about this last night. That's one of the things as a culture we kind of fall lax in, as far as seeking help.
Yeah.
And the reality is everybody needs help at one point or another. And so with that being said, there's nothing wrong with seeking help. I mean, and just because you have to allow this myth to be gone that just because you have to call a therapist, just because you have to, to seek help outside of the house or what have you, it does not mean that you're crazy. It does not mean that something is, wrong per se, as far as the way the world perceives wrong.
Yeah. Hey,
especially mentally.
I'm all over my therapist. Every week. I am faithful. Faithful Summer, logging into the therapy. Telehealth. Hey, what you doing? How are you? and I get to be like the mask comes off. I don't have to. I try not to wear the mask, period, because honestly, I try and give y'all the exactly who I am. You meet me in person, you're gonna get me. Yeah. Because that mask, it adds weight to me throughout the day, and I really don't. I really don't like it. I peel it off. Everybody can't handle your truth, or sometimes it's intimidating for a person who is free, such as myself. But I'm sorry, I can't get caught up in your hangups. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be exactly who I am because I know what it was like to fake all them years that I was cool and I was okay, and I'm not, and I wasn't okay. And I believe right now is a perfect time for people to do therapy sessions. Men, there is nothing wrong with y'all seeking therapy.
Absolutely.
Why ain't y'all going?
Absolutely.
Yes, check on your circle, yo. Check please. Facebook user, tell me how to pronounce your name, because right now you is OA. I don't know how to pronounce your whole name. But
is this the name that I tried?
Yes, Ojoku.
Ojoku, yeah.
Yeah. If he said, check on your circle. If you in a feedback, look with people who just confirm our inner biases or avoiding hard truths, then we just deceiving each other in the round. A lot of what my issues were in my youth was because of abandonment and people pleasing. Come on.
Yeah.
That was me all day. I wanted to please my dad. I wanted to please. Yeah, okay.
You said I got it, man.
I wanted to please everybody because I was looking for validation, because I wasn't even validating myself. Y'all, once I started being able to look myself back in the mirror and not say negative words or seeing a roll or two or some stretch marks or whatever and saying I love all of that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Speaking of love, I mean, hold your thought, because that's a very good thought. Debbie, thank you so much. I don't know if you saw that. Good morning, my favorite couple of the year. Thank you.
Debbie!
We love you. Love you, Debbie.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
I had to mention that.
Speaking of that, Debbie chimed in right at the right time, because is that Montgomery?
Yeah.
Look, she is on a whole. I am in love with me. Period.
Yeah.
I keep falling in love. She is falling in love with herself every day. I think she done took the word Jesus out of falling in love. She's falling in love with Deborah, honey. And I am a fan of hers. I'm liking posts and loving and seeing her journey is amazing. And them outfits that she be having, I be like, wherever your boutique is that you are on, send it my direction, inbox me, because I would love to. But you're rocking everything, yo. You are so dope. I love you.
Yeah.
But the mental health of everything, I had to take the mask off. I had to say, let's start from ground zero. The things that you don't like, the things that you do like. Let's get rid of Debbie Downer and negative Nancy vibes concerning yourself. Just because they didn't want to receive you, whoever they is, that could be your mama, your daddy, whoever, whatever they didn't want to receive, who cares? That's 9 times out of 10, it's because they see things about themselves that they don't like. They see it in you because you their child, and they haven't accepted and loved themselves fully. So therefore, they put that BS on you. Honey, let me tell you, love yourself.
Yeah, and even to the point where they're trying to get where you are.
Right.
And because of the fact, they haven't been able to do it all these years.
Right. And they don't even know how to accept that part. And they're looking at you like, wow, you've come leaps, bounds, and ways ahead of me. And you don't even realize they may be admiring you. And you're looking for validation from them or acceptance from them, from people that don't even know how to accept themselves. And so I know that our parents are sometimes some of our parents, they're your hero, or they're the ones that you model after, or whatnot, or they seem to have it all together because they never shared with you their falls. They never shared with you their faults. They never shared with you where it was hard, where it just made, if all you know is the good, they ain't shared with you their struggles, because a lot of times they don't want you to see the worst of them.
Yeah.
But as a parent, it's vital. The energy snatchers.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's vital, because a lot of times, as parents, you don't want your children to know those things about you, but at the same time, if you don't, you're enabling them, because then they're not going to know all of that got you to the point to where you have it together, or you are providing for them. You became something out of nothing. Kids need to see that, because they're going through their own identity shortcomings and fallings, and wanting to know where they fit in. Teenage years, mentally speaking, is a lot.
Yeah.
And so if they don't know that there is a becoming, identify with them on that. You guys, teenagers is a very vulnerable stage for the brain to develop mentally.
Yeah.
And so if I had to start over by believing in God and that he would never leave me nor forsake me. So my energy comes from love myself. Exactly.
From Debbie.
You are loving yourself within, and that's where your energy starts. That's where you're vibrating from. That's where all of that comes. And then all of a sudden that becomes contagious, because people's like, what are you doing? You look great. You are glowing. I love your glow. I love your positivity. Just be careful, because some people, they attach to that and try and suck that out of you.
Right.
Protect yourself. But at the same time, be a light. Be a light to the people. Show them that they don't have to stay where they are. They don't have to stay down. Now that we get on our mental health checks, please seek help, men and women. There's nothing wrong with having a therapist, especially men right now. Like, men are taught that they shouldn't cry, they shouldn't do this, they shouldn't that. That is a lie from the pit of hell. You have hormones just like we do, not as many, but you do have emotions. You do have things. You don't have to be masculine all the time. There are times where you have to tap in to your emotions so that you can connect with us. How are you going to learn how to mesh and flow with us and make that connection if you're not connected with the most sensitive parts of you? You're not going to know. I'm going to be foreign to you. And where am I going with this? The lie that has been spoken is men are from Mars, women are from Venus, or whatever that phrase topic is. Look, we won't seem so foreign if you shed off the world's view of how a man should be, and tap into who you really are holistically.
Yeah, true.
You can't get to the core of you if you don't have someone to navigate it. Therapists are amazing. Sometimes it's not about them talking to you, it's you hearing your words coming out of your mouth. I'm telling you, tap into that beautiful, beautiful moment. That's what's inside of yourselves, to where now you are this is my BFF right here. This right here, this man, you see my hand coming across. This is my BFF. Like, we rock together because he doesn't make me feel like, oh, she's just being a woman again. Oh my God. Are you on your period? You on your cycle? You all right? It's a podcast. I can say what I want. But he taps in. He doesn't make me feel what's the word?
Insecure.
No.
Or
lower than you.
Oh, inferior.
Inferior, yeah. He doesn't make me feel inferior because I'm a woman, because I have hormones, because I have mood swings or anything like that. He is amazing at dealing with me. And y'all, I'm a Gemini. I can go from 0 to 100 real quick. I have no middle ground, okay? None. I'm either hype or I'm either, I'm watching or I'm on hype street. And my husband is amazing at dealing with flowing with me.
Thank you.
So, with that being said, men get mental health checks. He says, "See, this is where I'm completely remove the word masculine. Yes, when speaking to my brothers, the concept of masculinity is poison. Come on, it's becoming a negative connotation word. It's poison from the jump." And it says all men are supposed to be one thing, act one way. That robs us of our individuality. Speak and the variety of our own home and family experiences. We can't grow into our truths keeping one standard. Amen.
That's so good.
Amen. That is from one of our Facebook users. Ajoku?
Yeah.
Ajoku. Am I saying it right? Ajoku? Okay. Team Taurus. Team Taurus.
Team Taurus. Yeah.
Tauruses. And right now, we're in Leo season. Leos. We got twin boys.
Leos.
We got Leos. Their birthday was yesterday. And so I don't fear our true names. So y'all, yes, take off the negative attachments to these words. Masculine, feminine, we're one. God put all of this in there, and there's nothing wrong with pulling on your masculine, pulling on your feminine vibes, combining them as one, because at the end of the day, you are one body, you are one unit, and you're going to have to know what it's like to mold and fold all of those together as one, y'all.
Right.
Mental health is important. It's something that we have not talked about in our culture until recently, because it's always been what happens in this house stays in this house. So you really don't reach out and say, I need help. All you know is I'm supposed to be big and strong like Big Mama. She handled everything. But what Big Mama didn't tell you is she wasn't feeling good today. She's limping. You're not seeing the fact that she had something wrong with her leg. And then now all of a sudden legs are amputated, or she got that's what they call, she got the sugar. Y'all, if she was able to say ahead of time, I'm not really feeling well today, maybe we could have got her to the doctor or been identified to where that could have been controlled with her diet before it's been controlled with medicine. There are things that we have got to start looking at a person, seeing a person, so that you can do identifiers. If you keep walking past a person, you see them, but you don't see them, that's not shining your light, yo. That's not being the salt of the earth. The earth needs our culture.
True.
They need us, and we're being called by his name means a whole lot. We got weight in this world that we can throw around, we can misuse, or we can focus and hone in on what we're supposed to be doing with our kingship, with our queenship.
Yeah.
There are territories we are supposed to have and be mindful of. Yeah. There are people that are out here with true home remedies that cure diabetes.
Yep.
It takes down cholesterol, takes away cancer. Like I was watching this one TikTok, this one lady was doing natural deodorants, because our deodorant sometimes can cause fatigue. It can cause us to get cancers. It can cause all kinds of different things. Yeah. But if you're not paying attention to your loved one, You don't know, like you can start analyzing, be like, what are you doing or what has been done different that is going on that now you're feeling such and such way. Okay. Just saying. Man, this just downloaded prostate checks. As I turn that direction.
Yeah.
If you're in your 40s, go get your prostate checked.
Yep.
Y'all, come on. I know that it's probably not the most warm, fluffiest feeling in the whole wide world, but your health is important. We already got a number of us, a number of our Black men incarcerated, deceased. We got a war out there in the streets. We shooting each other.
Right.
And now you're getting attacked from within.
Yeah.
Literally inside your body.
Yeah.
Y'all, please get your prostate checked.
Yeah, that's good.
Women too.
That's good.
Women need a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
Because unless you, why am I going here? Health is important, y'all.
Yeah,
unless you are having a bowel movement after, I'm sorry, y'all. After every, right. After each time that you eat 3 times a day. But if you're only going once, go get checked because, hey, you got to get a regular flow or other things that we're eating. A lot of it is not healthy. There is some cancerous things that could grow. Y'all, we have longevity. We want longevity. We have to start eating healthier.
Yes.
Amen, church. Amen.
Amen. All right.
Now, I'm 31 minutes in. Hello to all the listeners that have tuned in, that are going to listen to the podcast after it's been recorded. You guys are going to hear us like at 6 a.m. in the morning. You're on your way to work. Hello.
6 in the a.m.
Maybe you are putting your headphones in and working out with us today. I appreciate you. I thank you. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for liking, sharing us. Share our podcast. Share the links because we're trying to grow. Absolutely. We're growing. We're growing. We're almost at 100 people on our Facebook page. Almost at 100 people on our Facebook page. So share. Get people to come onto What Would It Take. What Would It Take is a podcast that that is to be addressed with our Black culture, African American culture. We talk to you about the hard topics, about what it means to be called by God's name, whether you believe in a higher being or not, or God, or don't believe, or upset because the Bible has been rewritten or whatever. At the end of the day, we have tried everything. We've got to come together as a unit. We've got to come together and acknowledge that there is a higher power. There is a deeper meaning into you just waking up and getting into this rat race and going making a quick buck, and then you leave that to your family after you die. There is more to life than that rat race. I am so sorry. There is healing, there's love, there's happiness and joy. So that's what this podcast is concerning. It's our table talk. It's our place of healing. You can throw it out into the chat. We will discuss it. We will talk to you about it. We will even get, if we have resources towards that direction, we help with resources. Yes, just log on to the Facebook page and let us know. We are here for our Black culture, and for however you identify. We're here for you. You got melanin, we're here. You are you're an albino, you're part of us too. Yeah. You got some a little curly going on in your hair, that's us. So we're here for you. So you know what we're here for, those tribes. We're here for those 12 tribes of Israel. We're here for y'all. So this second half, y'all, I have gotten so much flack from this conversation, and I'm not trying to argue here, but I am on love side. Families versus these COVID shots. Dun, dun, dun. COVID. The word COVID is becoming the haves and the have-nots. It's becoming like them against us against them. You don't love me if you ain't getting a COVID shot. Look, I'm not going to get into all the conspiracy theorists, the theories, the possibilities of, because we could be here all day. If at the end of the day, you decided what was best for you was getting the COVID shot or not getting the COVID shot, respect each other's decision.
Yes.
Right now, with technology and what they're seeing with the vaccine, I know that originally they said if you get this vaccine, you will be immune or you will have 95% immunity or whatever. They're kind of backtracking on that some. You went with what you thought was the right thing to do, right? At that time, you went with the information that was given you.
Right.
Now they're kind of backtracking on that. Y'all, I understand. This thing is like a lot. You're trying to navigate. You okay? You're trying to navigate it. You're trying to figure these things out, but don't attack each other and don't let them allow you to attack your family.
Right.
Your family loves you. It has nothing to do with whether they got a vaccine or didn't get a vaccine. That thing, once you put it in, you can't take it out. Okay?
Yeah.
Once it's injected, there is no, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, there are things that we put in our bodies, but we have a choice. If I see that red meat is doing something to my system, I can stop, right? If I see that smoking is doing something to my insides, I have a choice to stop.
Yeah.
When it comes to this vaccine, if something goes left, I have no choice to say I don't want it anymore. Be mindful of that with people. They're trying to make the best decisions for them, and they may take longer than you did. A Tribe Called Quest. This is a Joku. He's responding. He typed in. He said, "A Tribe Called Quest said it best. Everybody running when they see the storm coming, but whatever is going to be will be." You guys, being called by God's name means that we have attributes. We got power, we have love, and God has gifted us with the ability to have a sound mind.
Yes.
We do not have to play into fear or fear tactics. If all we're being shown is deaths and COVID risings or whatever, that is exactly what you're going to believe. That is exactly what you're going to feed into. That's exactly what the feed is. Y'all, take a break from the news, please. You don't have to sit in front of that newscast all day long, or it comes to your phone already, y'all. Take a break from what is being fed to you. Meditate, clear out, and ask the universe, talk to me.
Here's my take on it. I would I agree with you to a certain extent.
Okay.
But I would say, I wouldn't say don't watch the news.
I didn't say don't watch. I said take a break.
I mean, take a break. Or
it don't have to be 24/7.
Because some people there are some people that are totally just obsessed with the news. I mean, they're just watching it day in, day out, 24/7. I mean, whenever they come home, that's the first thing. I mean, click news.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, click news.
Yeah.
Eat breakfast, click news. I mean, it's always news. Yeah. So I agree with you on to take a break.
Yeah.
While you're taking your break, though, please, and I admonish everybody to do this, please do your research. Even while you're looking at the news, do your research. For those of you that are still deciding whether to take it or not take it, do your research and do what's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
And like she said, for those of you that have taken it already, and there's a family member that has not taken it, please respect their decision. Especially if they're an adult, please respect their decision. Because it's a certain reason why, and whatever that reason is, being right, wrong, or indifferent, is their decision.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's not worth the breaking them of the family just because something, just because if there's a difference of opinion or belief in regard to that. Respect the fact that we as a people, we as individuals, we as families, and we as leaders are going to go at this our own ways. What's hurting more people is the idea that they know something as opposed to being honest and acting like they know things. They know good and well. They have no idea.
So I had posted some truths from my own personal experience about the vaccine, right?
Yeah.
So it was taken down and I was banned for a day or so.
Yeah.
Truths are not what they want right now.
Unfortunate reality, but it is a reality.
It is a reality.
Yeah,
okay. So you have to go off of, you really do have to hone in right now on what God is saying, and what you're feeling on the inside. If your spider senses is going off, honey, please hear what your inner self is saying. If you getting a don't do that, don't go there yet. Wait for it. If what you're waiting for is an FDA approval, wait for it. That's your right.
Yeah.
That's your right. It's still trial. If that's what you want, if what you want is saying, I ain't doing it, period. I'm masking up. I'm staying home. I work from home anyway. I don't have to, get that. I'm not around anybody. I'm inside my home. That's your prerogative. That's okay. If you saying I'm vaccinated and I'm here for it all, that's okay.
Yeah.
Please, you guys. I want you to understand that we are individuals.
Yeah.
And like Ojoku said, we are all leaders. Do what is best for you. Okay? Because some people are high risk. If they take the vaccine, it will have adverse reactions on the inside of them. So they can't take a vaccine. Be mindful of that person. It's not that they don't want to, it's that they can't.
Right.
And keep your eyes open. Look, it's a podcast, so I can kind of say what I will, but I'm not trying to get flagged either, because the White House is putting out, they put in your face on TV saying that you are spreading lies, even though you're spreading truths. But real talk, you came for our elders first and the Black and brown community. You didn't think that was going to be a red flag?
Yeah.
We have never advanced from anything that you've attempted to do for us or to us. It's always been a war tactic.
Yeah.
So you don't think that we were going to look at this in a sideways view?
Yeah.
There's still things that we're still researching. Y'all be my guest. Go to duckduck.com and research some stuff, because a lot of things are getting snatched out of Google that is researchable and has actual good information about COVID. They're removing it. If they're doing all that, y'all, some of that milk ain't white. And until I figure out what's in the milk, okay, I'm going to question it.
Yeah.
You're not God. God allows us to question him. Why aren't you answering our questions? But neither here nor there.
Yeah.
We can go round and round with all of that. The point that I'm trying to make is respect each other's decisions.
Yeah.
unvaccinated, vaccinated, y'all got to mask up, period. You got the shot, you still got to mask up now. There's nothing changed.
Right.
And whether you feel like, well, because I'm vaccinated, you're not vaccinated, we can't go back to normal because of this and the other. Don't feed into that. Don't feed into them and versus us.
Right.
If anything attempts to divide, look for its motives. I'm trying to talk to y'all, and I want to talk to our people. Look for the motives. Figure out what it is that is being attempted here. If it's just to keep us from getting sick and getting COVID and great. That is awesome. I'm so glad that finally someone is in the White House that is attempting to do something good for the people. Ain't never not been a war out here. They ran the game based on lies, greed, and fear. Yeah, y'all, I'm sorry, but these are fear tactics.
Yeah.
Fear is a driver. Did not one time anybody ask why some get Pfizer, why some get Moderna, why did some get Johnson & Johnson? Why was it in certain zip codes and not in others? Yeah. Why all of a sudden they're holding off on the booster shot for those who did get vaccinated so that other world countries can get the vaccine if it's such an immediate need for us to have boosters? Now it's not an immediate need to have a booster because everybody else now that's signing on is needing the shot.
These are the eyebrow raisers.
Y'all, come on.
I mean, you have to, if you really care about yourself, I mean, love yourself. This is kind of going back to that. If you really love yourself, you have to ask these questions and seek answers for these questions before you totally commit to doing something that's going to benefit or potentially bring harm to your body.
Like for real. You guys, think about this. If you're in a park or are you hanging out on the block and all of a sudden somebody starts running, did you ask questions about running? No, you just start going running, right? Because the possibility of the fear of why somebody ran made you run. I get it. Y'all, fear, and this is what we learn in Women of Intent. Y'all, hook up with Women of Intent. Bernice Mitchell, hook up with Women of Intent. I'm telling you, there is life lessons being taught. Fear, in an acronym, is false evidence appearing real. Fear, false evidence appearing real. You guys, fear is a tactic. It's a war move. Be mindful, okay? It's all I'm saying. And be respectful. And also, exactly, Ojoku, I was on my way there right now. The hate, funny how my Wi-Fi is getting, is dragging.
A little bit, yeah.
Look.
It's okay. Keep going.
Funny how the Haitian president was killed after he said he did not want the vaccine in his country. Look, I read the article from his wife. All I'm saying is there is a game plan. And anybody who is against the game plan, you ain't safe. Fear is not an option. And fear tactics, you are called by his name. Fear should not work on us. Now, fear put Elijah in the cave, but when you realize who God was and how ridiculous that was for you to run when we serve a all-powerful, all-knowing. But if you don't know how to stand in him, then yeah, fear is going to be your option.
Yeah, we got to remember who we are, especially if you are, if you're like me and like yourself, who are Christians. The scripture declares that God never gave us the spirit of fear. But what did he give us the spirit of? It was love. And I'm paraphrasing, but part of it is love and a sound mind. I think it was something else.
Power, love,
power. Yeah, but he gave us power. He gave us power. He didn't give us fear. He gave us power, love, and sound mind. You got to remember who you are, and go back.
But like Ojoku says, talking about Haiti on the news as tragedy, but the people are celebrating. Look, everything that is being broadcast, you got to remember who owns the news companies. You got to remember who owns that. How many times has Farrakhan addressed the press and said, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You took an oath.
Right.
You took an oath, but you allow people to shut you up. There's a freedom of press, there's a freedom of speech that's inside our Constitution.
Right.
But that means nothing when you got money and able to shut people up.
Yeah.
Look, a whole lot in this milk ain't white.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, God is here for it all. He's just wanting to know when y'all ready to come back. I ain't telling you to go and join a church and do all of that. I get it. There's a whole lot going on with that side of the fence too. But this is your temple. Literally, these are your temple. This is your temple. Inside, you can connect with God. You can connect. You can do what you got to do. We got to get back to where he's going to heal our land. But he's only going to heal our land when we come together as a unit. We got to turn away from us thinking that these people are for us.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. You got to start seeing it for what it is. They're scared that we'll rise and put them in slavery. We don't want to put y'all in slavery. We was there. We know what it's like. We don't want to do that. But we do want equality, and we do want to be free, and we do want to be considered human.
Yes.
When we go to the doctor, we want to be considered human and not the fact that we all weirdly don't feel pain. We feel pain just like y'all do. But we've been bred to bear it. Because giving into pain isn't gonna get you nowhere. That's what we've been bred, built, and beat into. You taught us not to have pain. You beat us and then told us to go back out in the field and work. And then how dare you tell us that we're not human because we're not feeling it? Trust and believe. We've had to carry on and get over the fact that we're in pain. Let me tell you something. Like I said, false evidence appearing real. Fear. Y'all got this. Continue to seek your mental health. Continue to meditate. Have balance with this stuff. You don't have to listen. It's already on your phone, and your news feed comes in constantly. It's a constant mental. If anybody's in marketing, you already know that they have already understood that if you put certain things in front of somebody so many different times, they programs the brain.
Absolutely.
It programs the brain. Ojoku, he says, Ori, head, mind, Sha. I have elected challenge and choose your own mind. It's the divine.
He was breaking down in the Yoruba tradition.
Okay.
The Orisha are the divine ones.
Are the
and
divine
that's what
ones, yes.
That's what Orisha means.
Exactly.
Head of I do the elected challenge and choose your own mind is divine work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because God made you in his image.
Yeah.
He made you a little God compared to him, which means you have creativity. You can do it. It's when you say it and you speak it and you believe on it, you just manifested it. And so I'm down into where I've been on Ephesians 3:20 all month before that too.
Yeah.
And it says, now glory be to God, who by his mighty power at work within us is able to do far more than we would ever dare to ask or even dream of, infinitely beyond our highest prayers, desires, thoughts, or hopes. And that's the Living Bible. In the Message Bible, can I have the Message Bible? Okay. It says, God can do anything far more than you could ever imagine or guess or request in your wildest dreams. He does it not by pushing us around, but by working within us. Working within us, his spirit deeply and gently within us. He's going to work off of what you got going on inside you.
Absolutely.
Meaning you have your head, your mind, your own challenges you choose and you work on in your own mind, the divine work within you. What you're feeding yourself, the power in which that you're operating on, the frequency in which you are exuding. What frequency are you working with? How are you vibrating? If you are on a low vibration, you are feeling agitated, irritated. You feel depression. You feel unworthy. You're angry. You have suicidal thoughts. Just means you're vibrating at a low frequency, which, mind you, is affecting the Schumann renaissance, that resonance that is on our Earth axis. If y'all don't vibrate higher so that the Earth can stop moaning, it resonates at a 7.83 megahertz. That's science, people. That ain't magic. That's not mumbo jumbo. That's how God created this world. And if you do not understand the power of creation and what he created it to be and how he created it to work, then you are doing yourself a disjustice. You are doing an injustice to yourself and to humanity because you're not figuring out how everything is working. You've got to resonate higher, which is why I said get into your mental health help. Get there so that you can start resonating higher. Sleep with YouTube on with a 528 megahertz so you can have some healing on the inside. 888-73, I think it's 732 or there's certain megahertz that you can use to vibrate. Go into get into some health spas that use the bowl, the sound bowl. Get yourselves and your body. You're made of flesh. This thing right here responds on megahertz. Certain megahertz cures cancer because it annihilates them. Yes, the singing bowls. Come on, y'all. There's sound bowls that make a sound that your body resonates to, and it brings yourself back into alignment. Know what resources are here for us. Because 9 times out of 10, if they told you don't do it, you're supposed to do it.
Right.
If they tell you do it, you really aren't supposed to do it because they figured out what helps you. We're not supposed to consume as much calcium because calcium coats your pineal gland inside your brain, which is your third eye. Okay. If you want to talk specifically science, It's your pineal gland. If it gets coated with too much calcium, you can't hear correctly. Which is why a lot of prophets, priests, they have a specific diet because it allows them to hear. But if you're continually told that you're supposed to have milk and have calcium and have cheese and have this and have that, you're not going to hear. It's going to keep you dull. And then you get to walk around going into the rat race thinking that's all that there is because you don't hear nothing else. I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all, we've got to listen. I'm here in Houston. I love Houston, but Houston, we gonna get this together. There's too many of us here not to have this territory. There is too many of us here to not claim territory. Put your foot to the ground, people, and this is yours. You have what you say you have.
That's good.
Just saying. I love y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for listening.
Yeah.
Love yourselves. Get mental health. Love your families. Join together. Find something that you have in common and make that business work with each other.
Yeah.
Because we've been apart way too long. I love y'all.
Yeah.
Keep posting, keep sharing, keep getting this word out. We are a people. Yeah. Y'all, go with God. I love y'all. I love you. Resonate higher, y'all.
Good stuff, man. Well, thank you for tuning in. You've just listened to today's installment of the What Would It Take podcast, hosted by my wife, Summer Logan. My name is Joe Logan. What Would It Take is a group of individuals that strongly believes in the necessity of conversation for the building up of the minority community. To stay in contact of our upcoming events or leave suggestions for future episodes, please visit and like our Facebook page at What Would It Take or email us at whatwoulditTake@yahoo.com. Until the next time, once again, my name is Joe Logan. On behalf of my wife and our host, Summer Logan, we bid you Godspeed until we meet again.
Bye, y'all.
Hey.